Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the short story called Mass of the Dead that was written by Edith Nesbit. It's the next short story in this collection from the Dead. It was edited by S.T. Joshi. He's an editor that a lot of horror fans are familiar with, so he's also the editor of this collection for you folks that we're doing a deep dive into. It's published as 10 pages long. In this, it's actually 8 pages long. There's a couple of other things that get in the way, so it's very fast. I knocked it out last night. I watch a television show called CBC News' The National from 9 to 10 every night on YouTube. I just stream it live. And then during the commercial breaks, there's usually two or 3 minutes where I can do things, right, in the commercial breaks. So last night I read this during those commercial breaks, and so I knocked it out before the end of that show. So I just read it in the commercials of another show. It was a lot of fun. So I knocked it out last night very fast. So it was very, 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 very fast for me to knock it out, and it was fun, and I definitely enjoyed reading this for the first time. So what do I think of it? So let's take a quick look. As a reminder, my review's spoiler free, so we won't be doing a deep dive into it. But it's like an 8-page long thing that took me a very short period of time for me to read it, so it's not going to be. So I wouldn't want to spend that much time of it either. It is in the horror genre for folks that like that, but it's not really into the horror genre until like the last page, which is fine. It just feels like a romance between our main point of view character, who has recently come of age and has come back from a trip in Germany to the UK, where he meets his childhood friend that they've both have been in love with, and then she has gotten, and she tells him when he gets back that she is being married, she's now engaged to somebody else, and he says, and after he confesses his love for her. That's about 2 pages in, and then he finds out that she's getting married to somebody that she doesn't love, who happens to be rich, and he's not even that nice. And her father needs the money because he owns a business and it's about to go out of business. So the idea is that she's willing to commit to herself to this man who's wealthy and will help her father out and herself out as well. So she's being selfless by marrying the person not that she loves, who's also poor. So then the rest of this short story is about what's going to happen and the dark things that happen and occur that will lead ultimately to the horror short story. Surprise! This is a horror short story on the last page. So that's what's actually happening. So it's pretty cool, and so it's really sort of more of like a love story between these two people that grew up together and love each other mutually and spent a lot of time together. And so there you are. I'll go ahead and that's sort of what it is. It was okay. I enjoyed it. It's probably more like a 7 out of 10 with maybe a plus out of it, maybe a 7.2 or 7.3 or 7.1 that I'm writing down to a 7. But probably more like a 7 out of 10 proper. It's fine. It's definitely fun. I definitely liked it, but it wasn't like that massively great thing. I liked the editing, but it wasn't like this massive great thing that really sort of brought you, that had something new to say about the genre, right, or anything like that. It's just a horror short story that takes you not that long to read. And it's 8 pages long in this admittedly oversized collection. I'll try to find for you for free online in case you're interested in trying to read it for free, since this is before the copyright dates of free things. I'll try to find it for you free. I'll also link you to this collection from the Dead on Amazon so you can go buy it and read it in hard copy like I like to. So that's kind of cool. Edith Nesbit was a heavily published person during her era. She published more than 60 books during her era, most of which were children's books, and then she wrote a lot of horror stuff for adults, but most of her stuff was for children. She published under the name E. Nesbit in order to make sure that people didn't know that she was a woman and be biased against her. So I read a horror short story from her, Men's Size in Marble, that I read when I was in junior high, in a horror collection that I got from one of my family members for Christmas. I've read it a couple times. I just went back and reread that collection for you folks, and we've reviewed that. We also recently had a couple of short stories by her in 2 separate collections that I did for you folks that were fun, and that got me sort of in the mood to her. So I picked up one of her fantasy novels. Let's see if I just wanted to read a bunch of those. Read it. It was fine. Glad I did it, but it wasn't something that sold me and said, you definitely want to go read these things in the future. And I also read one horror short story from her a couple of years ago, and a ghost story collection. So we've been going back and forth here and there, but I wanted to do a deeper dive on some of this stuff, because since I like Minsas and Marble so much, Edit remains my favorite horror short story. So I'll be taking a look at the next short story in this tonight. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read this short story? What did you think about it? Did you agree or disagree with my 7 out of 10? If so, let's talk about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.